The dirt is this chapter. Let's talk about the dirt. Peter from Melbourne, Australia. Hi, Too Cold. Big fan of yours since I saw you in Melbourne nearly 20 years ago. Compare the locker rooms that you have been in. We assume ECW was crazy, but what was the next craziest locker room after an ECW locker room?
There wasn't.
There
was no such thing as any other crazy locker room. Everybody always talk about EC locker room was crazy. The locker room wasn't really crazy. It is that we had guys over here that was into a certain kind of party or a certain kind of way of getting high. Then you had the posse over here that was into drink and smoke and snore and do whatever. You know what I mean? Then you had your drinkers over here. So you had that family orientation more or less. But everybody kind of like Taz, Dreamer, Little Guido, they all kind of partied in. When they went out, when they went to party, they went and ate, they was more business like Taz, sleep, eat right, do right, go to gym, that type of group. You know, and then you had us at fuck a gym, let's go out and party, there's some bitches over there. You know, and then you had Johnny Grunge and shit, like where that motherfucker at now, what fat bitch is he fucking? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You know, shit like that, you know. So that's what, you know, EC, I don't think the experience there would never be able to find that again. Everywhere else I've ever been, it's always been a professional, more or less style type of locker room. WWF was like, oh, do I piss now? Do I squeak? Do I look at him? Do I look at that? You know, do I need to walk with my ass squeezed tight? What the fuck?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Do I come in smelling like weed? I don't give a fuck. I smell like weed, bitch. Yes. You know, so
Gotcha.
It was a difference.
HBK's Lazy Eye says, what's the nastiest thing you've ever seen in a locker room or hotel room? Bonus points if you include poo in your story.
Bonus points? Okay, then. How about poo in King Curtis's hat and he didn't know that it was in there? Shit, and they used to shit in the King's hat all the time and shit. All the time, so goddamn bad that Vince finally had to go to the boys and said, please quit shitting in the King's crown, his hat, please. The only other one that I would have to say is Subway shit sandwich.
Which brings us to this question. Don't move. Brings us to this question. Grim.
Flesh Funk, we want to know, considering that you entered the WWE around the same time as Mark Henry. We want to know who shit in his Subway sandwich. We know that he had a Subway sandwich. It was backstage. He had to go out for his match, and he said, nobody better touch my Subway sandwich. But somebody took liberties of taking a shit in his Subway sandwich. We think it's X-Pac, but X-Pac has denied it. Do you know who did it? Maybe it was you. Was it you? Let us know.
Bro. It wasn't me. I have a little bit more respect than that. But I do know who it was that shit in that damn sandwich and fed it to his ass. Because why? You don't tell the boys, don't do this. Don't tell the boys, don't chop me. Don't tell the boys, don't slam me. Don't tell the boys, don't touch my food. You're just begging for somebody to shit all over you.
Exactly.
Go figure.
Nate Nizzle, being that you were in all three major U.S. promotions in the 90s, you must have encountered many wrestlers and or personalities with bad hygiene. Can you please tell us who had the worst hygiene in each of the big three? This can be breath, body odor, eating habits, anything you'd make a stink face at.
Wow. Stink face. I would have to say WCW. Some of the worst smelling, great super guys outside of their wrestling gear. But their wrestling gear, ooh-wee, don't know if it was for a rib or what. Harlem Heat.
Really?
Harlem Heat would not wash their gear. And I don't know if they was doing shit on purpose, doing shit on not. But let me sweat up all in this shit and I'm just going to throw it in my bag and leave it there until the next time I go out on the fucking road. I ain't going to wash this shit for about 2 or 3 weeks. And now you don't do that shit, the shit is stuck in it. I don't care how much you wash it, that shit's not going to come out.
How about WWF?
I'm going to say WWF, my best friend, godfather of my son, some of the most stinkiest gear, I would have to say Vader.
I was going to guess that. Actually.
People used to say Vader, but more or less it was the sweat that was in his mask. Because, you know, leather, you can't wash the leather, the clothes, the knee pads. You know, when you, even myself as a big boy, anybody who sweats a lot and you keep your gear in your bag and you don't take it out and hang it or let it dry out and you got to put it on and you sweat and you do it again. You do that 2 or 3 nights in a row and now you hang out your gear to try to air it out before the show. It ain't going to air out before the show.